Good morning. So today I am heading over to my parents' house because there's still a lot of my stuff over there, and I've kind of left that room a total wreck in the process of getting everything out of that house and into our house and figuring out what I was bringing, what I was keeping over there. I never actually took the time to go back and organize any of it. Don't have to work today, so that's the plan. To spend most of the day over there trying to figure out some sort of organization scheme for all of the leftover Halloween stuff. Also, for as stormy as last night was, it's a very bright and sunny day today. So this is the current state of the old room. Still has some of the stuff that I cannot bring over just because of room constraints. I do wish I could bring the scarecrow. Be pretty cool in the house. And the ticket booth. But there's just no room for that. Destiny, what are you doing? I think you're seeing things. And this is the state of my old bedroom. Pretty much everything that's over here is old pictures and posters and stuff that I'm not putting up at the new house. I guess technically I should probably throw stuff like that away, but they all kind of have like a sentimental value to them. So I don't really want to do that. I want to just like, I don't know, I want to know that they still exist, but I also don't want them to take up too much of their space, because I know that they're wanting to use this room as some like extra storage. Something I'm just gonna kind of like condense everything to one side of the room. I'll put my old bed over in the corner, and all that stuff will kind of stay over there, maybe just like a little bit more organized. And then that way they'll have all this area and all this area to store whatever they need to store in here.
2 hours later.
There we go. Much neater. Now they have all this space for storage here. They have this whole closet for storage. Also, in case you ever wondered why I didn't vlog too much back when I lived at home, that's why. Alright, and the last area I need to tackle is that. Not all of that's mine, but a good chunk of it is Halloween stuff that never really found a home when we moved here. Like old rope lights and fog machines. There's the clown from the circus a few years ago. So what I kind of want to do is turn this room into a sort of like museum. Like maybe eventually put the Deadwood Cemetery sign like up there. I can't remember if I told you guys that it actually broke. During the move, the sign like snapped in half. So it's just held together with zip ties right now. So sadly, this can never be properly used again. I'll have to make another one. So maybe this one can just be wall decoration up here or something. And then the clown that's laying there, I might just like sit him here on the floor next to the ticket booth, since that was all part of the circus. There we go. Something like that. All my props have gotten kind of beaten up over the years between all the moves. You know, I can't remember if I ever showed you guys this shed back here. So the idea was that this shed was going to be used as like a workshop because it's like the perfect size. It has some good storage and some areas to build stuff. A while back, my dad even started like building a workbench. So this would be like a perfect workshop. when we start doing the haunt again. The only thing that's kind of like, I don't know, holding kind of in the way is they don't know how long they're going to be living in this house. It could just be like another few months, could be a year, could be 2 years. They don't know. And the problem is, I don't want to start investing too much time and money into building a haunt for this house if in a year or two I end up having to stop again. And as you know, I can't do it at where Emily and I live. So, I don't know, it's kind of just, this is what I was kind of hinting at yesterday. The haunt is kind of like, it's kind of having to take a back seat while Emily and I kind of get ourselves situated. Meanwhile, my parents are getting themselves situated, and then I'll be able to start it again. So, really it's just a matter of time of seeing like what's gonna happen, I guess. But in any case, the stuff that I was just showing you in that room needs to come out here somewhere. He had also built this storage shelf, but yeah, that's kind of already full with boxes. So I'm not 100% sure where I'm gonna put everything. Maybe I'll kind of just like put everything in a corner for now until we figure out what we're doing. I like how this box says caution, sharp, and it's Ethernet cables and coaxial cables. I mean, I guess those are sharp if you touch the actual wire on the inside.
3 hours later.
Well, that was a very productive day. Pretty much got everything organized over there. But in addition to getting all that stuff organized, I'm also bringing over pretty much the last few things that I still had over there. So that'll be some stuff to get organized tonight. We're going over to Emily's parents for dinner tonight. They invited us over. And then later tonight, a lot later tonight, is the lunar eclipse, which I think the real name of it is like the super wolf blood moon or something. So that'll be pretty cool. I'm gonna have my bigger camera set up so I can try and get some good video of it. Speaking of eclipses though, I know a lot of you guys have only been watching the channel for the last several months or year, but there's actually a video on my channel of the solar eclipse from a couple of years ago, and that is honestly one of my favorite videos on my channel. That solar eclipse was and is one of the most amazing things that I have ever witnessed, and I'm really glad that I have that video that I got of it, so I can always go back and look at it. So you should definitely go check that out if you haven't already. Loud?
No, it's like echo. Maybe. And that would like go against the door too. Great. There's the hole. Yay! I was trying to cover that, whatever that was, dang it.
No.
Whatever.
It's okay. Eventually we're gonna be redoing the kitchen anyway, so. Alright, so I'm trying to set the camera up to get a good view of the moon tonight. I'm really hoping that we'll be able to see it through the window, because it's gonna be like 29 degrees outside tonight, and for us, that is very cold. So I don't want to go out there. Whoa, look at that. Yeah, that looks really good for right now. I just don't know how long I'll have this view for.
A few moments later.
I almost can't see it anymore already because it's going up. The reason it's disappearing on the camera is because that's the roof line. So it's going past the roof line, which is why it looks like it's disappearing. Yep, so the moon is just now coming up over the roof. So there was no way I was going to be able to record this from inside. I had no choice but to come out here. I've got my camera set up right here in front of the house. I mean, I have like the view of the tree branches in the way, but I guess that's okay. Alright, so obviously this is a pretty slow moving process. So at least I know that I have like a good view of it from here. And I know where to set the camera and everything. So to keep us from freezing to death, I think we're going to go inside for a while, come back out in about like 30-45 minutes and see what it looks like. Alright, well, it's been a little bit less than an hour, and they're starting to show a little bit of shadow. There we go. Starting to show a little bit of a shadow. Come back out in maybe another 30 minutes or so, and then I'll set the other camera back up. You are very spooky up there. So the time is now 11:23, and I think it's about time for me to bring the other camera back out here because this is getting pretty covered. That's where we're at right now. And this camera's not doing a great job of picking up the red, but there is a little hint of red on the other side of the moon. So I'm gonna get the other camera back out and try and get a better shot of it. It actually looks brighter on the camera than it does in real life.
Yeah.
So I'm having to get very creative with my tripod placement. I don't know how well you can see this. It's like very precariously balanced.
Can I take a picture?
That's what I was talking about.
Gosh. Jeez.
That's what I was talking about.
Gosh. Oh no.
It's so cold out here. Look how we look. This is me.
I'm an old maid.
This is our life now. It's so cold. I can't even feel my hand that is holding the camera right now. Well, it's 12:12, meaning that this is supposed to be like total eclipse. And the camera still shows like a sliver of white, but in real life, that's not really there too much. It's like mostly just like a dark red color, like dark reddish brown. Let's see if it looks any different on this camera. It's like, it's blurrier on this camera, but you can see the color a little bit better. Well, I think this is about as clear of a shot as I'm gonna get with this camera. The lens that I'm using doesn't have that wide of a aperture, so I can't bring in a whole lot of light. Still pretty cool. I don't think we're gonna wait for it to light back up though, because I kinda can't feel my whole body. Red face. So I know that wasn't like the full eclipse. It's technically, whoa. Technically there's still like 2 hours before it's over, before it's back to normal. But I am not gonna stand out there and freeze to death for another 2 hours. I cannot feel my hands. But it's still pretty cool. I may have to mess with the footage a little bit. What is happening? Well, that was fun. As always, thank you guys for watching, and we'll see you tomorrow.